What's shaking is bacon, and today is a good day. Not because I went back to school today, but because it is Armsday. Yes, the gunsmith is here, and he is looking better than ever. He's brought us some field test weapons, and I've managed to max them all out on my hunter, and it's been a very rewarding experience. Speaking of rewards, your reward for testing out all these field test weapons for this Wednesday is 1,250 points towards your gunsmith reputation. And what this means is after doing this 6 weeks of just completing every single weapon that he has to offer, you'll break even. You'll be back at that 0 mark. So keep doing it and you won't have to worry. You'll just be in excess for 6 weeks. And then you'll start back with a week of like no progress. But what you get from this is you're able to order more packages when he's selling the packages, because he's not giving them away right now because the Taken King hasn't released yet. We're only in patch 2.0. We're steps away from the Taken King. Alright, so the first weapon that I took on was the Hake Test A. It's a pulse rifle and the task was to get precision shots with it. And its perks are, firstly, SC Hollow, Hake Hollow Sights, improved target acquisition. And then next we have Relentless Tracker, and this is a really cool perk. Kills with this weapon grant enhanced motion tracker resolution for a short time. What this means is you get a better little radar. It splits into more brackets and you can see like the directions more clearly. You know precisely where an enemy is coming from or where they're headed towards. And I really like this perk because initially I thought this would be great in PvP alone, but it also is a PvE perk because it's kind of like a treasure hunter. It's a little radar that shows you where the chests are, where materials are, and it kind of has like a marker in the corner. It's white, and as you go towards it, then you'll see an icon that specifies what it actually is. Oh yeah, and this thing shoots out an additional shot with each burst. So instead of shooting 3 bullets, this thing is shooting at 4 rounds. So that's really cool. I'd love to see this thing in its full glory because honestly, I think it's really cool to have a treasure hunting weapon. With the Dreadnought coming out, it seems like Patrol is getting a new focus to it, more intrigue. So if they further that whole thing with the Patrol, this is going to be amazing. And not only that, even now, it's going to be great for the Dreadnought when it comes out. So I'm looking forward to actually seeing this gun be legendary. Well, for that reason, because the stability on this thing was but it was kicking a lot and it was a good gun though, honestly, when it came to its purpose of finding things. Next, I moved on to another Hake weapon that is also named the Hake Test A, but is a sniper rifle. And this thing, I brought it onto PvE because all it wanted was double kills. I made sure not to bring this into Crucible, even though it would be beast to be stacking double kills, but it's just not practical, and it's more time saving for me to do this in Patrol or a Strike. It's just way faster. Double kills are so quick. Alright, so the first perk on this thing I really like, and it's kind of weird. So it's called ATD Raptor. Standard sniper zoom, basic, but the second sentence is really cool. Highlights enemies with low health. Now you might be thinking to yourself, what's the use of this? Can't I just look at their health bar right above their head? I mean, it's right there for me. But this is cool because as a sniper, there are times when you want to get body shots and there are times when you want to get headshots. When there's a bunch of people, you're not going to necessarily be looking at the health bar of all of them or being able to like even concentrate on something like that. So you can easily just see, okay, this guy's marked in red, boom, he's dead, body shot, and then you can focus on getting a headshot on the more healthy combatants. So this is like really cool for just convenience sake and being really fast as a sniper, because if you're in a gunfight, you kind of want to be quick. You want to just boop, pick them off and be done. Then it has the basic rodeo, reducing the severity of this weapon's recoil. And this thing is solar damage. Then there's the Suros TSR-10. This is a rocket launcher and it's really cool. The visuals are cool. It's very just basic. It's white and black, nothing particular about that. But what I like is these sights. Now the sights are actually a hologram that come off the side. If you're aimed in, you'll see the sight come up. If you're not, it's gonna just be like clear. What this does is it's a lot more vision you have when you have your heavy in your hand. You're not having the radar in your face or anything like that. You just pull it up and then you see it. And it also just looks really smooth, futuristic, and cool, so that's nice. As for its perks, it's rather simplistic, having smart drift control, aggressive launch, and snapshot. Nothing particularly exciting about that, and it happens to be a void weapon. This one actually took me the longest to upgrade just because it wants you to take out high ranking enemies. So the yellow health enemies need to be killed by this thing, and each one that you kill gives you 10% out of that 100. I saved this one for last because I could multitask with all the other weapons. This one I had to just sit, wait for things to respawn, and boom, wait for it to respawn, boom, countless times. Well, I can count it 10 times. And here comes a gem, the Amalon Test RR1. This is a sniper and I love it. It was so much fun to use in the Crucible, and you'll see in this gameplay that I just had a blast with it. It's a great weapon, and it's arc damage. This sniper, it just looks really sleek and pretty in comparison to all the other test weapons. This is just a prototype. I cannot wait to see the actual model. It even has like a Sharingan on the side. So the first perk is Yapaki SS2. Standard zoom, lightweight sniper sight, improves weapon handling. It's my kind of sight. These are the weapon sights that I like on sniper rifles. I don't like them to be too zoomed in because I play Crucible and I like to be like quick and snap on people. Then we have the Last Resort. This weapon handles and reloads faster when the wielder is the last living player of their fire team. This is cool for certain game modes where, you know, you have to revive each other. But in like, you know, basic game modes like Rift, well, not so basic, but game modes where you're not doing that type of thing like Rift, Control, Rumble, you don't have to worry about that. That perk's not really kicking in. So I was confused why this wasn't a PvE designated sniper, because it wants you to play in the Crucible with it and just get kills. But like I said, I guess it does have its application in PvP, but that's not how I used it. I just used it playing Rift because Rift is all I want to touch right now. This sniper was a lot of fun, and I really advise you to test it out and see if you're gonna want to order this in the future. And now lastly, the Amalon Test FR1. I went into the Crucible with this thing and I hated it. I absolutely despised using it. I was so upset that I had to force myself to use it because I messed up certain plays because this was in my hands. And being a fusion rifle, that's something that I have not used and picked up in the Crucible in a while. The charge rate is very slow, and it seems like you have to have the gun directly on someone's forehead to kill them. But I will say, after testing this weapon out for a little while longer and using it more, I like it. I actually like it. I don't know what it is about it, but I do like it. After using it more, it seemed to be like a backup plan, and it seems like because it's not a shotgun heavily controlled game at the moment, it's not shotgun everything in the meta, fusion rifles like this have a chance. You have a chance to pull things like this because people, they don't switch out of their shotgun. So it's like patience. You have to wait for them to come up with their shotgun and you charge up a little bit, boom, they're done. Or you catch them off guard, you shoot them a bit in the back and then you switch, boom. This weapon is pretty cool if you play your cards right. And I know with a Night Stalker or invisibility or anything like that, this kind of play would be amazing. It's slow, but that impact is destructive. If you get a good shot, they're most likely dead. And if you do get a shot, but you're like not at the appropriate range, they're gonna be half dead. You have to get them again. And you might not always have that opportunity because they may just tear you up at that point. But its first perk is Spark IS6. Amalon Hollow Sights improves weapon handling. Basic. Then we have Danger Close. This weapon gains increased reload and handling when 2 or more enemies are in close proximity. And I felt this. Oh my gosh, I felt this. I didn't even know this was on the gun, but I felt it because I was in a situation where I was being cornered by multiple people, and I just turned up and I was like, how did I do this? How did I do this with this clunky, slow weapon? And that's when I started to fall in love with it. And of all the weapons, honestly, even more so than that sniper, I'm looking forward to this weapon because this is what Armsday is all about. Exposing you to new weapons and new horizons. I never would have imagined that this fusion rifle was going to be the one that I loved the most this week. I want the real deal. And I know a lot of you guys remember me talking about Amalon weapons and the liquid ammo, and this one has it. At first I was like, oh, this is going to be like the thing that ruins the liquid ammo for me. But it wasn't. Liquid ammo is the future, people. This is awesome. And that's my Armsday. Tell me what you guys think about these weapons. How are they in your hands? How do you feel about them? What is your favorite weapon of the week? And I'm thinking about doing this weekly. If the prototypes stay interesting and the packages are interesting, I'll do it, honestly, because this isn't like a Xur video. I hate Xur videos so much, but this is me testing out the weapons, telling you how I feel about them, and just having a good time in comparison to just telling you about the same exotics you know and you could have just checked out by clicking the app, one touch, and it immediately shows you. My bad. The excuse people generally have for Xur videos is that people aren't informed about these things. We need to show them. But you could easily just say, hey, go check out the app and you'll see. Or you could say, hey, I'm going to type up a Twitter post and tell you exactly what it is. I mean, that's it. Oh man, I'm something else. Alright, I hope you guys like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will catch you in the next one.